Okay, let's do a refresher on langchain design. Let's talk about the expression language. Let's talk about runnables. Let's talk about structured output. Some of this I already did before, but I think a refresher plus some additional knowledge won't hurt. Yeah, definitely it won't hurt. Why do I need this? I think that in this fast-paced world, especially AI bursting onto the scene, I think that AI would be a necessary. I don't know if I should call it evil, but it will be necessary. Not only in the work of IT specialists, but also in most other professions. I don't know where AI won't be a benefactor of benefactor. Is this a good word? Benefactor meaning a well-doer, one who does good. So yeah, someone or something that helps. Someone or something that helps. By the way, welcome to another Tech Day live. Bam bam. Actually, it's not live anymore. I'm just doing it, editing it, and recording it. Let me get my tablet running. Lock this. So, first thing, a refresher. And let's start with runnable lambda. Runnable lambda is a way using a langchain utility to wrap a Python function so it becomes a runnable node in the langchain expression language system. Basically meaning we have a regular function, so we turn it into a runnable. We are wrapping it. I mean, it's the same concept as if you ever used reactive or asynchronous code. If you ever used RxJS, it's somewhat similar. You have these steps, these series, these pipes that take input from one transformer into another. And for example, if I have one, then I have and one is async data, and then I have switch map to multiply every value by 2. So now this is gonna be 2. Then I do tap to console log it. Then I console log 2. Then I do whatever else. I don't know. I'm just spewing things that are falling on my head first. For runnable lambda, as I said. So we are using it in order to plug our own Python functions directly into a langchain pipeline without breaking the flow. I think I have it here already implemented, even though I don't think it works as it should work. So now we're gonna change it up a bit. But basically what I could have done, I could have example, let's do an example. I could have created a method that does something. Let's say do uppercase. It transforms things to uppercase. It would take text as input. It would provide text as well. But I don't want to write any of this, as it will just increase the time effort needed to do this. So okay, to uppercase, and it does something. I'm gonna just put here. It does something, right? And then I create a runnable lambda reference. I would say I can call it uppercase, and here specifically I'm gonna say runnable lambda to uppercase, which references of course this method right here. And then I do result, I would say uppercase invoke on hello. The output should be hello in uppercase. And then you could also chain it, like using the prompt, using the LLM, chaining it to runnable lambda. And we did use it here in our weather agent to both pre-process and post-process data. I think neither of those worked as they should have, but we're gonna improve all of this now. We're gonna improve all of this now. So let's try. Now, I'm gonna replace some of the things here. Let's try to get structured output without pedantic. A lot of things here. Load.10, I need this. I don't need this, hopefully. I don't need you know what? Let me remove all of this. Let me remove all of this. Let's load environmental variables. Load.tenth. I need to import this from .10 load.10. First thing. All right. Let me also create the execution name equal main print. Here is some structured result. All right. Now, this is the skeleton of our app. Let's start doing some things here. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, let me just revert all of this. Ah, no, I don't need it. Prompty, do I need this? I also don't need this. Ah, here is the schema. All right. I wanted to make sure I don't need the schema again. So the city weather uses base model. Yeah, I have the city, I have the temperature, I have the condition, I have this beach nearby. And the weather condition, I have the country, and I have, let me also create here the field as well. Description, country being analyzed, description, list of weather. Okay, let's go back to main. From schema import city weather. What was the other one? Weather suggestions. Good. Let me now initialize my LLM. LLM is chat OpenAI. I also need to import chat OpenAI. Chat OpenAI will. Ah, nice. We have it here from langchain OpenAI, import chat OpenAI. So the model, the same thing, GPT-4o mini with a temperature of 0.3 with structured output, weather suggestion. Weather suggestions. All right. But this should be the result, actually. I will explain all of this. I also don't understand it properly. But all right. Search tool is Tavili search. Can you also import this? Yes. Max results 5. Prompt is prompt template. How do I? Prompt langchain prompt import from template. Here I need some input variables. Input variable country and date. I think I will now be able to remove this. Let me just copy. All right. You are a weather and travel expert. Today's date is date. Find the top 3 cities in country where the current weather is good for bathing. Use the tchdy search tool to look for real-time weather data. Return your findings following the structured format. Country, best cities. Let me just create. Let me also use the runnable lambda as well. Def inject date inputs dect inputs. So use the date time now. Let me import runnable lambda. Inject date. No, not yet, brother, not yet. Don't run it just yet. Chain is the date injector for prompt for LLM. Not or. Means I'm piping it. I'm just saying or because it reminds me of or. So is this it? If name is main country, I'm gonna say input enter country. Result is chain invoke country. I did something wrong. This needs to be an object, right? This should be enough. This should be enough. Just move this here. So uv run python.main.py. It should ask me for a country. Let's say Spain. Daytime has no attribute now. From daytime import daytime. I think. Wait. I think this is how it should look. Let's do it again. Spain. What am I? Third time's a charm. Spain. Here is some nice. Here is some structured results. Country Spain. Best cities. Malaga. I have the temperature. I have the condition. I have is beach nearby. Alicante. Temperature, condition, is beach nearby, and Valencia. Now let me just check. So Malaga, current weather. Use google.com. Malaga current weather 18. So I fucked something up. Something is wrong here. Let me just add the there's a flag for live thinking. Live streaming actually. So I can see the model thinking in real time. So langchain supports streaming callbacks. Streaming callbacks are showing tokens, reasoning, or steps, tool actions that happen. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. And I need to change this constructor here I need to add streaming dot true callbacks. I want also to print everything as it thinks. Streaming std auto. Let me just gonna be easier to fit. And let's do it again. I think it's definitely hitting the 2023 endpoint, but let's make sure. Spain. The cities. This is not what I want. All right. So I was wondering why I'm only getting this certain schema as my output, and this happens because I added this with structured output method, and I'm telling langchain I only want this JSON. I only want to represent this JSON that matches this schema, because this is the structured mode, right? Structured mode. I don't have any other ways of representing data apart from this. And everything's constrained to basically this structure that is here displayed. And I can't show thinking or actions because these would break the schema. So how would I fix this? I should use langsmith. So first of all, what langsmith is, it's like an online debugging platform. It automatically records and visualizes prompts and inputs, and then tokens we generate, and the steps and tools we use. It's like a high-level observation application, observation interface, whatever you want to call it. So what I need to do is, I have it here. I need to go to langchain.com, and then select the data region. Let's see, EU West. I'm not trusting the American data regions anymore. Let me just log in here. Okay, so now it's gonna ask me a couple of questions. What's your primary role? Let me pick software engineer. I'm just exploring AI. How would you like to start? Analyze the debug application using traces. I need to configure my environment. Okay, let me also move this again here. And let me move my IDE there as well. Langsmith API key. This is what I need now. But I have no idea where to find it. Right. So I go to settings. How do I even see settings? No, this projects. What the hell are you? Settings, API keys. Generate one API key. Copy it. Let me paste it. Close this. Let me. Well, okay. I added it now. This should work automatically. Now, every call to invoke, to stream, or any other method will automatically send detailed logs to langsmith as well. If I run this as well, I'll do Spain again. I'll get the same response, yeah. I will get the same response. The same temperature, but I'll go back. Defaults. Let me log Look, let me look for runnable sequence. I hear this. Here it is. So I have a schema. Your weather travel expert. Today's date is October 28, 2025. Find the top 3 cities in Spain where... Is this the only output? Oh, fucking wait. This... Ah, okay. No, I don't want it. But for some reason, this doesn't look exactly as it should. As it should look. Mm-hmm. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have removed. I shouldn't have removed the prompt file. Oh yeah, I see. Actually, where is it? I see my execution here, and I see it in a tree view, but I'm not very confident and satisfied with the amount of steps here. I can inspect prompts, for example, first. These are my inputs, country and date. And these are my outputs. And here I'm injecting date. Ah, here, is this it? No, it's not it. Content temperature. Wait, let me do something else. I need to change my prompt. And I messed up because I'm an idiot. I removed the React prompt that I had. I'm an idiot. All right, let me change a couple of things. Let me pull the original React prompt. I think the reason why this doesn't work as it should is because I'm using this prompt which isn't very good. And then just gonna exit. Now it should hit me again. No, what happened? It's always something. Always. Oh damn. I think I know what's wrong. I think I found the culprit, ladies and gentlemen. I never created. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. All right, let's change this up a bit. Instead of these pipes here, what if I do this? React agent and then agent executor. The search tool I already have. The prompt I already have. Let me create an agent. Date injector. What's the prompt? Structured prompt. Let's hit it. Let's see what happens. Still doesn't work. Why do I have this error? Here it says langsmith error. Langsmith utils langsmith error failed to get commits React latest and langsmith API 403 forbidden for this URL. Because I set this URL in the end variable. Let's do something else. Instead of pulling this online, I will do this this, but I can remove all of these single quotes, right? Can I format this? Why can't it work? Why don't you work? Is this work? Hopefully this will be. No, it still doesn't work. What's an error here? What's an error here? Wrote Mr. Required verb agent scratchpad. Do I even need agent scratchpad? Agent scratch. Okay, let me copy the structure template. Now it will work. It needs to work now. Here I want the agent executor. Now if I run it, green. Fuck! Why? First thing is I don't understand half of this. What do we have here? What's the error? Errors are usually at the bottom. What's the error saying? Input to prompt template is missing variables input and format structure. So it's missing variables input and format structure. I believe that the only thing I need to do is to add whatever expecting variables to my prompt template. Input. Okay. Why is it hitting? I need to change the environment. Oh man. Okay, let's stop this. Let's stop this now. So let's go to the start again, to the very top of my file. I want to, again, I want myself to understand what each line does, because only in the last examples we were using pipes, and now we are using something else. So I want to understand how this works, and how is it different from the other examples we did. I don't think that imports are that important. I know that datetime imports, date and times, obviously. I know that, okay, this loads environment variables. Now these might be a bit more interesting. This is the OpenAI wrapper. This is the tchdy search API. This creates templates. It can provide, it can translate input variables into a prompt string. Okay, these are the types. Our pedantic models. A runnable lambda, wrapping our methods and Python functions. This prints our output to the terminal, our tokens. This creates agents. This loads our environment. Okay. This creates our model, our LLM model. This is the concrete model that I'm using. The temperature, it's somewhat deterministic. But these two lines are printing tokens as they are executed. And we also have a structured output. So this is telling langchain to validate our output against our pedantic schema whenever our LLM is invoked. So this is a tool we can call, and this is our prompt right here. It uses the React pattern. Answer the following questions as best you can. You can access the following tools. With these, inside these tools, I'm gonna provide my search capabilities. Use the following format. Question, input. You should always think about what to do. The action to take should be one of tool names. The input to the action, observation. Okay. What is the agent scratchpad here? Okay, so tool and tool names probably will be autofilled later. We will see this. Agent scratchpad is where langchain injects the running transcript of past thoughts, actions, observations at each loop. And there's a new requirement. This needs to be a JSON that matches this format structure right here. Okay, this is what's this? This is a function that we created that we want to use in the pipeline. I should add it, so I haven't added it yet, right? Date injector, no, I don't. And here I'm creating the React agents. It's gonna build the reasoning loop using our LLM, using our tools, and using our prompt. Where does tool names come from? Okay, let me run this one more time, please. Let me add the country. It's gonna be Spain, but it doesn't work. Input to prompt template is missing format structure. Yeah, I'm getting an error here. Yeah, I need to add input variables. Tools, tool names, input, agent scratchpad, and partial variables, format structure, parser get format. I also need to import the parser. It's neither email, neither HTML. It must be another. Need to do this. Then I need to create a parser as well. Now the whole picture is still awaiting me. I can understand these this combubulated, I don't know if this is even the right word, sections, but how it all fits together, no idea. Let's see. Prompt template, so it's not even from template. Need to do this, and now it might work. It doesn't work. Oh my. So prompt template. Template. It's maybe like this. It won't work. It will. Pain. So it failed. It failed again somewhere, but at least I'm getting some answers. And here it says Barcelona. And it gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why the hell did it give me 5 of these? Because I have max results. Let's put 3 here. Let's just make sure they are correct. So I'm Googling Barcelona. Some things that are not correct here. There are some things that are not correct here. I also, now, wait. Let me remove this with structured output. I'm using a plain LLM now. Pydantic output parser. This should be weather suggestions. Okay. My prompt is here, giving these extra information as well. Now agent create this. Just do this. Raw is the result output. Here's the structured result. Okay. Well, let me try this again. Pain. No, let's do Italy this time. Fail again. It failed again. Okay. So what I have noticed here is that this is the output. There are these backticks, and there is JSON. I assume that backticks represent a certain structure, and JSON is telling what type of structure this is. And that's it. And there it says, I think I also read an error message saying backticks are something. Could not parse LLM output. Now this is the message that let me just sorry. Let me just fix this a bit. I feel like I also need to install a new terminal, definitely. No, that's too much. No, this is too much. Oh man, this hurts. Let me do Tango Dark. It looks. No, let me do black. Let me do black. Where are you? Colors. Green on black. I mean, this looks. This looks Matrix-like. If it didn't hurt my eyes. Wait, maybe I can change a color to be a bit dark greener. I'm an idiot. I mean, you need light green so it has a good contrast with the black background. That's why I'm gonna put gray and black. I'm gonna close it. And now, wait, let me search. Good terminal alternatives for Ubuntu. Let's see. I want something stylish. I want something cool. Guac. GNOME Terminator. Kitty. GNOME Terminal Console was the best terminal for Ubuntu. Let's see what Reddit says. Let us use a Dashinet terminal. Okay. A lot of people are using it. Okay, let me find an alternative thing. How to style the Ubuntu terminal. I hate these AI generated answers. start using terminal more and thought, fuck it, wouldn't it be nice if I could customize it? Like I customize my DE. So there's a blog. Install a shell. Install power level. Oh, Unix spawn. I love these. Oh, smart. I love these. I don't know why it's in Arabic. I also love these as well.
Hello,
So
I am
there's
Kovik
Kitty.
Goyal,
Kitty
the
is a
creator of
fast,
Kitty.
feature-rich
In this video,
GPU-based
I will give
terminal
you
emulator.
a brief tour of Kitty's productivity enhancing features. Kitty
Okay, show me
One.
something.
Let's
Show me
start with
something.
something simple. Often when running commands in the terminal and G key from the clicked command, open in a pager.
Alright, one thing I'll do is I'm gonna style. Let me put it on my terminal. And also let me do something else. Start tablet service because I haven't run it. Now most of my windows will move to the other display. I'm gonna manually move them back here. This is my screenshot, my wallpaper. So big bold red letters. I'm gonna do change the wallpaper. On Ubuntu. Change the wallpaper on the tablet and style then terminal. So the first thing, let's fix this. Let's fix so the JSON is synthetically correct and matches this schema exactly. So when I reach the final answer step, let me change this. output only raw JSON, not inside JSON or triple backticks. Return your answer as valid JSON matching this format structure. Let's see. Let's check if it works now. Spain. Ah. What do you see? What? The fuck is it breaking again? Oh, Barcelona has 22. I think this is the correct weather because here it says. What about Valencia? No, it's not sunny. It's rainy, brother. No. Enter a country and date. All right. I'll enter a country. The date should be the current one, right? What's happening? Why am I getting the error again? But this is the output. And then I have the error. Let's see if it will work now. It's really interesting how minor changes mess up. Let's do Spain. I need to gather information about Spain, including its weather. Okay. And here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. Sevilla. All right, let me just see what the weather in Sevilla is. Sevilla. It says here it's 21 and it's cloudy and sunny. What about Madrid? Madrid. Ah, it's foggy. And Sevilla seems like it's sunny. Let me change my weather API. Let me use Google. Madrid weather. Mostly cloudy and Sevilla. So it seems like we finally are getting some real data, even though we still had an issue here. Why? Ah, so it seems like my prompt is not working correctly. All right. So let me see. I put 3 here. Prompt template. Let me paste a better prompt here. You have access to the following tools. Use the reasoning format. Can remove all of this. I can update the rules. Ah, you must be fucking kidding me. All right. Enter country, Spain. No, still doesn't work. Well, there's another error here. Input to prompt template is missing date. Ah, I need to inject the date. Wait. I think we are onto something. So input a country. So I need to inject the date. Inject date. And then invoke inputs. Paid. Barcelona, it still fails. Let me add here. Handle parsing errors true. What the hell? Why do I have so many answers? Wait, stop it, brother. I should read the documentation for this because I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to fix these changes, and I don't know if AI will help me. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna close this. So let me go over an article here. It says here React versus Backbone in 2025. I didn't know that there's. Oh man, I'm a dinosaur. I didn't even know there's a Backbone framework. Backbone JS. Wait, it's quite an old one. Why did I quote something new? The following web applications are built with Backbone. I could swear that Airbnb is being shelled by Angular and React and all of the other front-end frameworks. It's probably because every module is built by someone else. Backbone is a JavaScript-rich client web app framework based on the model view controller. Design paradigm intended to connect to an API with a RESTful JSON interface. So how does Backbone JS? What is it? 14 years ago. No, I don't want to. Backbone JS. Let's see. First of all, someone is asking, what is obsolete about Backbone JS? The fact that there's not a single link of documentation available, and also the UI query. So React versus Backbone in 2025. Someone even named their site Backbone Not Bad. Okay, let's see. React app, Backbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and a special character. Backbone is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and special character. So they're doing the same thing, basically, and they look the same. Look at the two implementations above. The code is roughly the same length. They do exactly the same thing. One was written with a framework for 2010, the other with a framework that's had countless developer hours and a massive ecosystem behind it for over a decade. Which one is which? The interesting part is not how much better React is, it's how little progress we've actually made. So it's not an article shilling Backbone, it's an overview of how in the world of web development and front-end frameworks we are mostly stepping in the same spot with the illusion that we are walking somewhere. It's like being on a treadmill, most probably. which makes sense. I remember myself, I was working with Angular 1, AngularJS, then the new versions of Angular, then with React and Vue, and none of these, when switching from one to another, you can, for example, relish in React simplicity compared to Angular's rigidness and adherence to certain standards. But in the end, there are no giant steps forward. More or less, they are all doing the same thing with minimal improvements, and in the end, we only choose what we like better. Look at the two implementations above. The code is roughly the same length. They do exactly the same thing, right? React looks cleaner. It's better at first glance. But that readability comes at a cost. You're trading explicit simplicity for abstraction complexity. Makes sense, right? Yeah, a lot of these concepts here are learned. You need to know what use state is. You need to know what check is. I mean, you can pretty easily derive it, but you need to know what, for example, why do we need the key here? One question. How is this syntax manipulation done? Why do we use class names? What the hell is this input? You put yourself into the shoes of someone who never worked with React but has worked on plain vanilla HTML and JavaScript. I know that there are not a lot of people like this, but it wouldn't seem intuitive. And then backbone. Input. What the fuck? Okay, so here's the text. Here is the validator. Here I'm directly targeting this base element. It's too verbose. It's too fucking verbose. Wait. The backbone code is brutally honest about what it's doing. An event fires, a handler runs, you build some HTML, you put it back in the DOM. It's verbose, but there's no mystery. Makes sense. If you are working directly on HTML, and then what? X? So these are the validators here. You're mapping these validators. You have the label and the logic. $, the good old BigQuery $. What point we hit this update password? Events input. What will be explained here? Direct code hides a lot, and once you move past simple examples, you hit problems that make sense until you understand that don't make sense until you understand React's internals. Your input mysteriously clears itself, yeah. Turns out you switched a list items key from a stable ID to an index, so React thinks it's a completely different component and remounts it, wiping state. Or maybe you forgot that value can't be undefined. React saw it flip from uncontrolled to controlled and reset the input. You had a use effect to fetch data and suddenly your app is stuck in an infinite loop. Your click handler sees old state even though you just set it. That's a stale closure. The function captured the value from when it was created and later renders not magically updated. You either need to pull the state in the dependency array, creating a new handler every time, or use functional updates like that state. Both solutions like workarounds. So these aren't edge cases. They're problems you hit building apps. And you need to know how React works under the hood in order to understand and debug them. People say you need to rebuild React from scratch until you get it. And they're right. Why would you need to do this? Backbone might be tedious, but it doesn't lie to you. jQuery is hackable. You can view source, understand it, and add to it easily. It's just DOM methods. React's abstraction layers make that much harder. So let's see what the forum is saying about this article. I worked with Backbone, Angular, Ember, and then React. The article overlooks the problems that made React popular. So what are the problems? Composing components is either more efficient than React. I agree. That's one thing I actually prefer. Even though I'm an Angular guy, I prefer React for the simplicity of creating your structure and your UI. Backbone renders function assumes this L is mounted and available in the DOM. That makes composition difficult. You cannot simply nest one component inside another without managing the DOM lifecycle of subcomponents. You don't need 1,000 components to feel the pain. Event handling, you can't pass an event handler as a string. So the events object must be paired with the selector to locate the element. Any structural changes require updating selectors or managing unique IDs. State management, re-rendering components when state changes becomes messy in Backbone fairly quickly. That mess is why Angular 1 gained popularity. React simplifies this further by enforcing a one-directional state flow. React has efficient DOM updates. Wants to maintain this nightmare. So someone said the example is unrepresentative of anything meaningful. So to do MVC is the classic point of comparison, and the Backbone version is the nightmare to rock compared to React. Do MVC. So all of these, what do we have here? To do MVC. Right, which framework to use? So this project is most probably built as a, well, 10, 12, 13 years ago. So to do MVC is a project that offers the same to do application implemented using concepts, model view, anything concepts in most of the popular frameworks of today. What you see as nightmare is really straightforward code from another perspective. It just looks very unfamiliar. Yes, it feels raw. Yes, it is verbose. It's imperative. But there's the entire app lifecycle. You can tell what every function is doing, including the library ones. It could be easily maintained 20 years from now, as you have a very thin layer over DOM manipulation. Backbone itself can be grasped and maintained by a single human. Which also makes sense. It's pretty basic. It's natural. But we are living in an unnatural world. For massive apps with 1,000 components of the same page, maybe React's complexity justified. But what about the other 99% of apps? So the complexity of apps is not only based on the amount of components, but also on state and the way it's managed. I worked with Backbone for many years. Like, I distinctly recall the hours of frustrations I had debugging a UI because it was freezing due to cascading state changes. Ooh, someone even wrote a book on Backbone. There is an innocent arrogance that comes with people who claim that frameworks are straight up bad or non-improvement over yesterday's tech. This is just someone having nostalgia for something that's past. Like people who obviously love VCRs, even though they are compared to the way we watch movies and media nowadays, they are inferior. Inferior in size, in quality, in the longevity of the media. They're just inferior, but there's something nostalgic about putting that damn cassette into the player. It's, you know, it hits you with an aura of an energy that is long bygone. You are always programming in abstractions. I love when the discussions about coding, technology, and programming move from a rigid and concrete into something that is speculative and abstract. It's really, it's almost philosophical in a sense. The raw JS code is just in time into machine code, for example, which most wouldn't know how to read and debug. The JavaScript functions called are built in the browser are trusted to function properly. Okay, interesting. Okay, bam. Close this as well.